Hi guys, and welcome to the Sunderland vs Coventry match review. Now, I do apologise if you guys did watch the preview to this game. I did say that I was going to be late on making a review for this one because, of course, I did stay up in Sunderland and stayed overnight. Got back this morning. And I've just been really busy all day, and I've only just got time to make it now. But before we do get into the review, I do want to say a massive, massive thank you for 15,000 subscribers. We managed to hit 15k the day before the first game of the season, so the day before yesterday's game. So that was just such an amazing start to the season. So good. I did thank you guys, and on Instagram, on Twitter, and on the community tab, but I just hadn't mentioned it on a video yet, so I just thought I would now. What a great way to start the season, and it's just amazing how much this channel has grown. And I know I'm going off on a tangent from the review that we're about to do, but yeah, it just amazes me how much the channel has grown, the community as a community in terms of numbers, and just the way that we have become such a unit. Do you know what I mean? And I absolutely love it, and I say that as well. And for example, yesterday, even just being in Sunderland, it's still, I'll still never get used to it when someone, shouts jamsarny. I'm numb to being called a jam sandwich. I'm absolutely numb to that. But but just the fact that people just sort of recognise and want to talk, because for me, I'm just sat talking to a camera and it's going on the internet, and then you see people in real, and it's like, oh, this is actually something that affects real people in real life. Do you know what I mean? And it's just pretty surreal. Like even yesterday, I was walking back to the hotel after a few drinks, and there's a drunk couple across the street, and they're both screaming jamsarny whilst I was on the phone. I went to McDonald's yesterday evening, and the lad who worked there knew who I was. In the elevator of my hotel last night before I went to bed, he gave us a nudge to the gentleman and just said, by the way, I'm a subscriber. It's just mental. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? It's just amazing, guys. And, I've been doing this for like nearly 5 years now, maybe, almost to the day, almost. And, you guys have watched me grow up, essentially. You've watched me grow up from that lad with a huge, horrible pubic chin beard to just a little beard now, nothing too big. But, and a lot of you guys, I'm fully wearing, a lot of you tell me when I am up in Sunderland that, you used to watch when you were like 15 and, you're adults now, so some of you are kind of grown up with these videos as well. So it's just a really sort of special bond that I have with you guys, and it's just really, really nice. And thank you so much again. God, this has got a bit emotional, isn't it? This is supposed to be a review of a football game. So let's get into the review of the football game. I do apologise. Jesus Christ, went off on one there. Could have got very emotional, couldn't it? Could have got very emotional. But getting into the game, of course, we did draw 1-1, opening game of the season. And who predicted a 1-1 draw? I did. Let's see. I think the first season we did go into League One, or maybe the second season in League One. I think I correctly predicted like the opening 6 or 7, maybe even 8 games of the season. And I started getting the sort of Mystic Meg title, and then it just went all downhill from there. But yeah, we've started off with a correct prediction, 1-1. Now, of course, I would have preferred it had it been, them that scored early on, and then we scored in the last stages, because then I think we'd be a bit more positive and bouncing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very positive. I've taken a lot of positives from that game. So getting into it, firstly, we had Patterson in goal, we had Sirkin, we had Danny Bart, Bollard and Gooch across the back, Evans, Neil. We had Embleton, Pritchard, Clark and Ross Stewart up top. Now, going into the game, I think we more than competed. I think we competed throughout, if I'm going to be completely honest, in terms of just general competitiveness. No one looked necessarily sort of way out of it or out of the depth. Do you know what I mean? Of course, some played performed better than others, but I don't think anyone really had a proper stinker to the point where you think they're not championship quality. And that's not me saying because of one game they all have championship quality. Absolutely not. We were competitive, simple as that. And it was a good game of football, and I like to see that. But, opening 15, 20 minutes, our press were fantastic. We weren't letting them string any passes together. We were forcing them into a bit of hoof-it football at times. And we were starting to dictate the game. Then, of course, Gooch breaks down that right-hand side, does very well to get to the byline, floats in a great ball, the keeper sort of flaps that is in no man's land. There's Clark at the back post nodding to what's pretty much an empty net at that time. The place is absolutely rocking, and my God, it felt so good to be there, again, back at the stadium. Like, it feels like it was so long ago since I lost there, when it really wasn't. But even so, and the display before the game was phenomenal. But yeah, and the noise when we scored, it's just special, isn't it? It's just special. When everyone's on side, you've got 40,000+ there. It's a special place, the stadium. Like, it can be the most toxic place on the planet or the best place on the planet. And that's just what Sunderland is, isn't it? It really is. But that's what it's all about. But yeah, I feel like after we scored that goal, I think our naivety started to show a little bit. We dropped off. We sat back, maybe showed them a bit too much respect. First off, in general anyway, despite sort of dropping the tempo and the intensity after scoring the goal, we did defend very, very well. We just kind of made out, kind of made a rod for our own back a little bit because we were just sitting back a little bit. The press wasn't there anymore. We're giving them a bit too much space on the ball. We dropped a little bit in terms of our lines and we were asking for it a little bit. But luckily, our back four, Bullard in particular, I think was absolutely phenomenal. My man of the match, I'll say it now. But they were just so good defensively. We looked really, really good. Of course, they had that Pato save as well. It looked like it come off in many ways and tipped it onto the bar. It was a cracking effort as well from the Cov player. And yeah, we managed to see it out 1-0 at half time. And we still made chances in that half as well. It weren't like we weren't making chances. Yeah, we sat back a little bit more, but we reverted to a sort of counter-attacking team. And we still looked dangerous. Whenever we did go forward, we looked very, very dangerous, which is what I love to see. Second half was slightly disappointing in the sense that we were just so toothless. Second balls, they were winning everything. They seemed to want it that little bit more. And I felt like we were just trying to ride our luck a little bit. And sometimes in the League One, you can do that. But if you sit back too much and you just expect everything else to do the work for you, in the Championship, you're not going to get away with it. For the equaliser, Luke O'Nien, who come on, arguably very, very soft in the challenge, too easy. The amount of times we've seen him take players out and then to go from taking players out to being as soft as that, to allow him to wriggle through. Evans probably, just as guilty in the second challenge as the Coventry goal scorer is wriggling through us like there's no tomorrow. And yes, it's a class finish. I can't pronounce his name for the life of me, but a class finish into the bottom right hand corner. And again, that's the Championship for you. You're going to get punished, give away chances. And he's made it out of himself. He's made a chance out of nothing really. They did have several chances in that second half, and again we did ride our luck. So probably fortunate that it was only the one goal that they did manage to score. We pushed a little bit towards the end to try and get ourselves back in the lead. A couple of nearly moments, but that was it. So yeah, I'll take it. Positives. We were competitive. And that doesn't sound like it's much of a positive, but Coventry last season, people still look at Coventry as they're the team that's just gone up from League One. They were literally hanging around the top six for the majority or a large part of last season. They were a very, very good side, so we shouldn't sort of scare away or shy away from giving ourselves a bit of credit there because they are a very, very good side and they've shown it. They've shown it, but we also shown what we can do when we're on the ball. And when we're going 100% full throttle. First 15-20 minutes, we were absolutely fantastic. Or at least up until the goal. So, there's a lot of positives to take. It's a point on the board. It's better than a loss, of course, and I'll absolutely take it. So, yeah, so that is my review for the game, and my man of the match is going to be Bullard. Now, just remember, guys, in this league, we're probably going to have a lot more downs than we are ups, given the situation. Yes, I've seen some people getting a bit carried away with their sort of expectations or what they want this season. But we need to remember, yes, just because we have a big stadium, we have nice facilities, and it is a big club, it doesn't mean the players on the pitch can do the job in the Championship. We don't know this yet. Do you know what I mean? We are a team that have just been promoted from League One. And I'm very, very aware of that fact. So we are probably going to see a lot more losses than wins. You never know, of course. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, but I'm not expecting it to be like League One. I'd be foolish to believe it would be like League One. But yeah, so I can take plenty of positives from the game. We were competitive, some good defensive displays for the majority of the part. And when we did go forward and go for it, we looked dangerous. So yeah, I'm taking positives from that game. Of course, you guys let me know in the comments down below who your man of the match was and what did you think of the performance. But if you have enjoyed, like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, we've hit 15k. We've hit the sort of target. But if you are new around the channel, you're enjoying the content and you're watching on a regular, subscribe. It's free. Thank you very much. You guys take care and stay jammy.